Hi everybody, Davina Shari here, founder and director at Powerful Parenting Australia. You know, at Powerful Parenting Australia we really are dedicated and committed, some might say passionately driven, to helping families, both parents and children, with all things family and behaviour management. Today I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to today's video, and in fact all the videos that we've got in the series that we've been making for our parents and teachers, and to also invite you to stay until the end of today's video and check out the fantastic discount promotional code we've got going on for you back there to do with our behaviour management program. Okay, happy listening, and I'll see you at the end of today's video. Hi everybody, today I'd like to talk to you about an experience I had not so very long ago when I was a teacher over in London. And the school that I was working at had a lot of children in it that were classified or deemed to be at risk, which over there means they were almost not able to attend school anymore. So behaviourally they were so challenging and required enough assistance that they were on notice. They were on their last chance to remain at school. So to say it was a challenging environment is a little bit of an understatement, but anyway, I'd like to share my story with you that I've got written here, and it will lead to a very powerful communication technique that as parents and teachers we need to be using in all our dealings with children, especially young children in early childhood. Okay, now to my story. The children, as I say, were on their last chance. When I arrived the morning of my first day, a lot of people were making the comment that I was to be meeting and working with a young girl called Jessica. Jessica, I was told, was one of the more challenging children at the institution and could be quite a difficult personality. She had a long history, quite a tragic past, and could be both violent and very aggressive. As I said to the teachers, it was great to get a little bit of her history, but by the time everybody had told me their comments and had told me about their experiences in dealing with Jessica, I was pretty alert and pretty aware, to say the least. I had myself pretty worked up and I was just about ready for anything. I do remember sitting in my new classroom wondering how this East London teenager would react to the new Aussie, and I also remember wondering why I wasn't getting the opportunity to meet her one-on-one without her peers. But that wasn't meant to be, because I certainly wasn't going to have any one-to-one opportunity. And the first time I was to meet Jessica was when she was to walk through the front door of the classroom with all the other children. Added to this, this was the senior class, and they were within months of finishing school and having their holidays and starting high school. So to say the odds were stacked against me is, again, pretty much of an understatement. Which brings me to the reason why I'm actually telling you about my story and about my experience in East London with Jessica. As parents and as teachers, we need to have strong, powerful, highly effective communication techniques in our parenting or teaching toolkit, in our repertoire, so that we are ready to respond to behaviour when it happens. At Powerful Parenting Australia, we teach our parents and teachers to be proactive and preventative by teaching children the behavioural skills they need for behaviour management success. Having said that, while children are learning the behaviour skills they need, parents and teachers need to know how to respond to behaviour when it happens. So we need to have these highly effective communication techniques under our belt or in our parenting and teaching toolkit so that we feel ready. And ready is what I needed to be this particular morning. Okay, back to my story. 8:30 arrived, and so did Jessica. I remember I knew who Jessica was straight away because she walked straight up to where I was standing and she told me in a very strong Cockney accent, "I'm Jessica." She then tightly closed her fist and with as much strength as she could muster, smashed the same fist down on my keyboard of my brand new 2-week-old laptop. The same laptop that I had very carefully carried all the way from Australia to England. Needless to say, time stood still for a couple of seconds. She looked at me and then with a very wry smile said, "See, it's true what they've told you about me. I truly am a super bitch." Without even thinking about it, I said, "No, Jessica, you're not. You're a young girl who's been through a lot. More than most girls of your age, and we're going to get along really well. You're a great girl. It's your behaviour that's inappropriate. Well, you could have heard a pin drop. I do remember that. Then all of a sudden she grinned, and with a big genuine grin this time, she said, "Okay then, have it all your own way." And with that, she went to sit down. Now, I'm not saying for any second that my relationship with Jessica was always smooth sailing. I will say that I had to use all my patience and all my skill to get her to respect my authority and do what I asked when I asked. But what the strategy that I'm trying to talk about here today, and that I'd like to illuminate here today, is the fact that as parents and as teachers, we need to be able to separate the child from their behaviour, and that is absolutely crucial in all our dealings with children. So today's strategy is all about the communication technique of separating the child from the inappropriate behaviour. We should never ever give the message to children subtly or explicitly that it's they who are inappropriate or unacceptable. It's a toxic form of behaviour management to tell a child through your language and your communication that they're inappropriate. As trusted authorities, we need to be giving children the message clearly that they're okay, their behaviour is unacceptable. So when addressing inappropriate and unacceptable behaviour, we always need to communicate to the child the difference between the two. We must always remember that the behaviour is unacceptable, not the child. And sadly, as adults, we often hear each other, or often hear teachers at school telling the child through their communication that the child is unacceptable. Which can of course be very damaging to young children developing their self-esteem and learning to have a healthy inner voice. So I've just written down a couple of explicit examples that you might change a little bit and take into your working life as a teacher, or take into the home to use with your children. Here are some explicit examples of this communication technique. "I like you, David, but I don't like what you just said to your brother. I think you're a great child, Susan, and when you learn to cooperate, you'll be even more grown up. I like you, but I don't like the way you would not share with your sister. When you learn to share, you'll be doing behaviour just like the big boys." And finally, this one. "I love you, Billy, and I love you being in my family, but I do not love the way you wouldn't listen to my instructions." So that's just a couple of very explicit examples of how we as parents and teachers need to separate, again, the child from behaviour. So please remember, in all your communications, that young child or that child is developing their self-belief, their self-esteem and that healthy inner voice, and it helps not to have that toxic form of communication that lumps the behaviour in with the child. So it is a skill, and it will take time to learn to do, but it's absolutely worth doing, and it's valuable for both the parent, the teacher and the child to have that separation take place. Okay, well folks, thanks so much for listening. Please stay to the end of today's video, because I'm sure we've got a special discount promotional offer to make to you, and I'd just like to finish today by saying thanks for listening. Hi folks, thanks for listening and seeing the video to the end. We appreciate it. You know, at Powerful Parenting Australia, we also appreciate that behaviour has changed, and our response and our reactions to it also need to change. For that reason, and for a short and limited period of time, we are offering the Powerful Parenting 12-Step Comprehensive Program for over 30% off. It's our way of making sure that parents get the skills they need for success, and children learn the skills they need for social and emotional competency. So for a short and limited period of time, we can ensure that you will get your copy of the Powerful Parenting Program for over 30% off. That's right folks, the Powerful Parenting Program, usually retailing for $150, can be yours for only $99. So please don't hesitate, and don't lose this opportunity to learn these skills and get back in the driver's seat, get back in control of this behaviour management, and get the peace and harmony back into your family life that you all deserve. Okay, let's talk discount promotional codes. What I'd like you to do after this video is visit powerfulparenting.com.au, check out our fantastic testimonials that are there on site, read how we can help your child and are helping children from 2+ years of age right through to upper primary. And to get this fantastic resource for the ongoing years, we'd like you to take down this discount promotional code, and whilst at the website, enter it into the space provided on the left hand side, It's our way of ensuring you get the program for only $99. Okay, the discount code is DISCOUNT, discount, all in lowercase, all is one, discount 123. Simply go to the website, folks, enter that discount promotional code into the space provided, and it will ensure that you get the program for only $99. Okay, folks, well, that's me done for today. I'm going to finish up today by just saying thanks for listening again. Please tell others about the Powerful Parenting website. We're passionate about helping parents and children. And until next week, happy parenting.